Welcome to the Chemical Engineering Guys podcast, a show in which we share stories and tips from chemical and process engineers. We talk about student and professional life, as well as important aspects of products, processes, industries, and companies. But more importantly, what are the paths that these unique individuals are taking in this ever-changing world? Let's get started. What is up, guys? Welcome once again to the podcast. And as you can imagine, once again, this is going to be a special episode because it is New Year's Eve. So technically speaking, you're probably hearing or listening to this episode on a Friday. So technically it's New Year. So first things first, congratulations in making it to 2021. And I know that 2020 has not been the best year for many of us. Maybe for every one of us, we had our challenges, we had our difficulties. Maybe we weren't able to apply for our internships. We weren't able to go abroad and study for either exchange year or maybe for our master degrees. Maybe many of us got laid off, which I know it's one of the worst situations to have. And especially in crisis, maybe if this was not a crisis, well, you just check out and search for another job. But in a crisis, there's a lot of people searching for a job and there's a scarcity of jobs. So don't feel frustrated. This is normal in these cyclic, let's say, crisis job market searches. So I'm sure that 2021 will be way better than 2020. Talking about this, I just wanted to share my previous goals for 2020 and my 2021 goals. So I call this an annual review in which I check what went right, what went out of control, and why, especially why, what's the main reason I didn't achieve my goals. And of course, I want to add my goals for 2021. Maybe you can resonate with some of them. I'm pretty sure that the very unique goal that it's not letting us to achieve our goals is procrastination, meaning that we ourselves are sabotaging ourselves and we know that we can achieve a lot, yet there's this little monkey mind not allowing us to do so. Okay, so let's get started. I'm actually going to be reading from my blog post, so if you want to check them out in written format, you are more than free to check it. So the very first blog post is my 2020 annual review, in which I will be checking all my previous goals set on the first week of 2020. And here we go. The very first one goal I had was to create more courses. Actually, I wanted to create at least 6 courses. I was able to create only 2 courses because, well, once again, I didn't expect the pandemic. My productivity levels dropped a lot. I'm not that used to work at home. I do have a great office at home, but there's something on working in home or at home that does not allow me to be that productive. Because I have a lot of things to do at home, and when you're in the office, technically, it's far away. You are there, and it doesn't make that much of a sense to make or do nothing at the office. Better go back at home, right? But when you're at home, it's way easier to spread all the hard working hours. If you were working maybe 2-3 hours, intensity work, quality work, it's way easier to just do relax work, not focus work in 6 to 8 hours at home. So that's the main issue. I need to accept that this was something that worked against me. Also, I started working on the podcast, which probably you know because you're listening to it. The podcast takes a lot of time. I need to contact all the guests, let them know about the project, explain them a little bit, have the actual interview, which sometimes takes a lot of time because of technical difficulties, the audio setup of the guest or myself, the platform is not working properly, refreshing, communication is broken. I don't know. There's a lot of things that might happen. And afterwards, edition takes a lot of time. Actually, it takes more time to edit a episode than to actually record it. And also distribution. That's also important. making the clips so you get to know or get shareable content. It's way easier for you to share a single clip than a whole podcast link. Also, guys, I need to tell you that my goal for this 21 is to move from, let's say, long or very, let's say, more than 5 to 10 hours courses into courses or shorter format courses. Why I'm doing this? Because I've seen that this is the trend. I actually consume a lot of online content, online courses, and I do see that if I have maybe 5, 10, 15-hour course, the probability of me finishing that, especially if the topic is a hard one, is very low. Whereas if I go and check out a course of 1 to 3 hours, I can do that in either one day, one evening, Saturday. So I do think it's also very important to try to be empathetic and feel your students. I know that you want to finish a course as soon as possible. So I do think I need to pack more value in less time. So instead of courses which are currently between 10 to 15 hours long, I will be making shorter courses. And because of this, I know that people, or let's say the market, automatically sees that when they get lower times, they automatically assume that the course should be less value or so. That's why I'm changing or focusing into a one single subscription model, meaning that you can get access to all the courses with a single monthly subscription. If you want to consume all the courses in 1 month, that will be great. If you want to consume one course in 1 month, that will be also great for me. So as soon as you have the monthly subscription, that will be awesome because I will now see with more freedom the analytics of what are the courses that students are going for when they get the ability to go to any course. So that's awesome because it means maybe, let's say one example, I have a batch reactor course and I'm maybe guessing that not so many people will buy that course. But if you give it in this monthly subscription, maybe there's a lot of people interested on that. It's just the idea of buying course on that doesn't resonate, but getting access, let's say unlimited access for the course, does resonate with them. So let's see how it goes. I'm pretty sure that it will be awesome for many of you guys, especially if you're like a Netflix guy that love going into Netflix, pay a single membership and you get access to whatever you want. No questions asked, no limits. I do prefer the idea of having that limitless opportunity. And of course, the same idea is that you get you pay a monthly subscription, and the idea is to get, of course, a lot of courses, but very short courses, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours tops. And so you get to, I don't know, learn a lot of the industry fast, and that you get motivated, because I know that when you see 10 hours and you have been consuming 1 hour of the content, it's only 10%, and you see, well, I don't know if I want to commit all those 10 hours. But if this is a 2-3 hour course, you see maybe 50% is done or 30% is done, it's way easier to finish that course. And of course, guys, as you can imagine, I'm going to be restructuring my platform. I want to make long courses shorter. So if you are a student, you bought a course, make no worries, you're going to get access to that course for lifetime access provided. But I am going to be making shorter courses for those new students. And of course, you can get access to them if you have the purchase version. Make no worries, guys. I always think on my previous students, my existing students, and my future students. Okay. Now let's talk about on the milestones I wanted to achieve. I wanted to achieve 50K or 50,000 subscribers in my YouTube list. Unfortunately, I went from 35 subscribers or 35,000 to 47. And actually, it's the more I have been growing in the previous years, but was not enough to achieve the 50K subscribers. And to be honest, guys, I do want to make an effort for YouTube. I know YouTube is still the king of video and still the king of binge watching, and of course the king of procrastinators, because we love to get videos and thinking that we're getting value, or maybe we are getting value, but we're losing a lot of time there. And instead of actually losing time, I want to make educational content more digestible, so it's easier to check it out. And of course, increase the traffic, increase the number of subscribers, and hopefully we get something near between 80, 90, maybe 100K. That will be awesome. According to Social Blade, I will be achieving a 72,000 subscribers by the end of the year if I keep doing the same. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully I do achieve the 100K. I'm counting for your help, and please let me know if you want to add something to that. If you think you prefer educational content, or you prefer more like funny things, sketches, or if you prefer, I don't know, news, videos, whatever you think it's relevant, let me know. Also, guys, I do work in my newsletter. Actually, I had to pay this mental and economical barrier from going to 3K to 5K subscribers. And I did achieve it, but because I was I'm a great fan of cleaning my mailing list. I don't like people that if they don't open it, well, what's the sense of sending you trash to your email if you're not going to be opening? So what I do is to remove those guys or those subscribers. I prefer to have a lean list that actually is responding and replying to my email, opening them, and so on. So hopefully, I don't know if maybe 5 to 8K will be a reasonable amount, but for sure having 10K will be awesome for setting a, let's say, magical goal. Also, I did increase my website traffic. It's something I have been working from, I don't know, since the moment I learned about SEO importance, or the search engine optimization. And I do remember when I had 1K per month, so 1,000 visitors. Now I'm having 5K per month, which means 5,000 visitors. I do want to grow. Let's see if I can make it 8,000 or 10,000 per month. This is almost twice as expected. I do think I can do this if I grow more, let's say, blog posts, more YouTube videos, more relevant content that people might be searching on Google. What do we have here? Well, I also have some groups on LinkedIn and Facebook, which is mostly related towards Aspen Plus and HYSYS. So if you're interested on that, go check it out. The one on Facebook, you can find it as Aspen Plus and HYSYS Forum, unofficial, of course. We are currently 15K members. I want to maybe achieve 25K members, a net growth of 10K. And for Aspen Plus and HYSYS Q&A support forum, which is also an unofficial forum, on LinkedIn, I want to grow from 500 members to maybe 2,000 members. It's almost a 4 times growth, but let's see if it is possible. And for this, of course, I need to have a lot of content. So I will for sure be posting much more content on LinkedIn so they get into the group. I want to create this group for value. I love groups in which you can ask a question and you get a valuable reply. Because in many Aspen Plus and HYSYS forums, you ask a question and no one will answer. And if they answer you, it's either something that is not quite relatable or maybe it's not what you expected. What else do we have here? Well, I know I wanted to write 2 ebooks since 2020. I was not able to do so. I was not that quite motivated. But now I do want to make 2 ebooks. But the one that I'm mostly motivated for is the free ebook that I will be launching for my subscribers, my students. And I want to bring value. I don't know if I will be making a very short summary of what is chemical engineering, some subjects, some news, I don't know, something that packs a lot of value and people wants to read. And the second ebook will be something that I can actually sell, something more technical. I don't know if towards process simulation or maybe some towards unit operations or overall chemical engineering, some tips, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. 2 ebooks pending to write in 2021. Yo guys, I don't know if you remember, but I did send you a blog post or email, and I actually sent some videos in LinkedIn, Facebook. I used all my social media to let you know that AspenTech was offering free certification exams. So please do not confuse with the actual training. So the actual training was still very pricey. But if you wanted to get your exam, and if you pass it, you get the AspenTech certification for Aspen Plus and HYSYS. I do think this is great on AspenTech behalf. They knew it was a pandemic and a lot of people is learning and training and want to improve their skill sets. So this was great for you guys and also for me, because I am not certified and I'm planning to get the exams on January and February. So let's see how it goes. I do hope to get at least the basic certification, and let's see if I can get the the professional certification or expert certification as well. I do recommend you, if you still have the chance, check out the blog post. You can still get this maybe. I've heard some good stories that they can still get access for free, and I also gotten this other side of the coin, that the certifications are no longer, or the exams of the certification are no longer for free. Okay, I also want to work on my Instagram, especially on my Instagram stories, feed, post, and also I want to explore more of the reels. I know there's a lot of content that we could in theory be doing, but it takes a lot of time. And unfortunately, when I see whether or not should I be making more courses or making funny content online so people reach to me, get more exposed, let's say, it's something I know I gotta do. I gotta make a balance. I need to make educational content as well as content that brings more students. And as you probably know, guys, I need to be posting more in my blog. So last year I only posted 36 blog posts, most of them educational content or most of them regarding the podcast, the members or so. But right now I do know that I have a lot of value in my educational videos, but it's just too much time to translate the video into a written blog post. But I know I can do that. Very straightforward. If let's say I have one virtual assistant, I could be making a lot of content from my existing videos. I don't need to research anything. I don't need to discover any other topic. I just need to make educational blog posts from my existing courses. That's straightforward. Also, I want to explore more on chemical and process engineering news. I think we chemical engineers love to know more about this, but it's kind of hard to get a reliable source on this. And if you get these sources, typically they will eventually charge you to get these, let's say, CNA or Chemical Engineering World or Chemical News. All these portals are great, but they will eventually charge you. So I want to do something more relaxed, less formal, and free. And finally, guys, I want to keep working on my podcast. Podcasts were huge in 2018, 19, and 20. And I'm pretty sure that 2021 is still relevant to have a podcast. And I do want to keep, this is for my sake, because people tell me, what about the traffic if you're not getting or getting? I do this because I really love to have contact with fellow engineers. I love to know what they do, what do they expect from life, what are their vision, what are they, I don't know, I love meeting people and especially chemical engineers all around the world. So I will do this even if I have no traffic because I love to do it. And what better way to do this than sharing this? So I will keep doing this. My commitment is one episode per week during all 2021, meaning that I should air 52 episodes in 2021. And please, guys, if you have someone that might be interested in airing or having one episode on the show, please let me know or send him the link. I know that many of we engineers are kind of shy. We don't want to appear because we have this preset that we are not good enough. There's always a chemical engineer that's going to know more. Is someone that going to be telling you better things, but it's very important to also share our stories so other fellow engineers can relate, so other, let's say, students can know what does chemical engineering means right now in the world. Because one thing is what we're studying, which I do think is outdated, and another thing is what are we ending up doing? Are we actually going to process engineering? Are we actually going into chemical industries, or are we doing other kind of stuff? And if so, is that okay? Is that normal? So yeah, this is what the podcast is all about, sharing stories, and we can compare, we can maybe reflect, maybe inspire others. And that will be it, guys. That's essentially what I wanted to share you in this little episode. I don't want to take that much of your time. I know it's the second special episode. This is not because of procrastination. I don't want to air episodes which are very valuable in these dates because I know that traffic is not good enough. I know many of you guys prefer to be spending times with your family or vacationing. That's fine for me. Make no worries. I will be posting in the following episode a great episode with Jefferson Costa, which is one of my best online chemical engineering friends. I really appreciate him a lot. He actually sent me a message on New Year and Christmas wishing me all the best, and I do wish him all the best. And this is all about connecting, guys, knowing other chemical engineers and making a community for chemical engineers. So guys, let's wish that 2021 is our year of recovery. We went through 2020, it was rough, maybe for all of us. We had to change our modus operandi. We had to change our habits. We maybe were used to go to the gym. Now we're doing gym at home. For myself speaking, we have to do work at home, and we're no longer able to do office work. We need to do home office. We had to change. I don't know. I really enjoyed to spend time with my fellow colleagues, going to vacations in Mexico or all around the world. Last vacation that we took, all my colleagues, or let's say my friends from chemical engineering, was to a wedding in Buenos Aires in Argentina. We had a blast, a ton of fun, and it was great. So I do hope that 2021 will be a year in which I will meet again with my fellow chemical engineer friends and my family, and I will travel a lot with my girlfriend, and it will be awesome, guys. And I do wish the best for you in this 2021. We all make 2021 our year of recovery. Take care, guys, and we'll see each other in the following year. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And before you go, I will really appreciate it if you take the time to share this podcast with your fellow colleagues, classmates, friends, or really anyone that might be interested on the topic of chemical engineering and its related fields. If you found this content helpful and valuable, please consider subscribing, rating, and leaving a review. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot.